Homeland.
Greetings, Executor, and greetings to you, Tassadar. I am overjoyed to see you both return home in this dark hour. The Zerg have redoubled their efforts, and it seems...
It can't be. The Executor told me of how you fell before the Zerg. How is it that you live and breathe?
Well, after my unfortunate defeat, my ruined body was recovered by our brethren. I now reside within the cold robotic shell of a Dragoon.
Old friend, would that this never came to pass.
Nonsense! There is no shame in defeat, so long as the spirit is unconquered, and I am still able to serve Aiur to a degree. But enough of this. There is much you both need to know. You have been branded as traitors by Alderus and the Conclave. Even now they seek to arrest you and execute the Dark Templar of Zeratul.
I never believed that they would go so far. In the face of total annihilation, they still cling to their failing traditions.
Yes, and that makes them all the more dangerous. They hunt you even now, Tassadar. And though I damn myself by doing so, I shall stand by you till the end.
En Taro Adun, noble Fenix. Executor, it seems that if our world is to live, we must protect the Dark Templar from our own brethren. Although it pains me greatly, not even the Conclave shall stand in our way.
Oh yeah, take the fight to the Conclave.
Executor, you and the traitor Tassadar are to cease your resistance and surrender yourselves to the judgment of the Conclave. We will take the outlaw Zeratul into custody and deal with him as is written by the Kala's law.
Flee back to your masters, Alderus, and huddle with them in darkness. For your actions shall send us all unto the Zerg.
Ooh, what a badass opening we get in this mission. Holy shit. This is like the equivalent of, I guess, Protoss police cornering us and just being all like, stand down. And then we're just like, no, fuck you. Anyways, here, once you start your mission, you want to build 2 Stargates right away. You have, for some reason, you start out with 2,500 of each resource. So, why not? Get your production going. By the way, we're going to be using a Rogue Squadron strategy. So, we're going to build a whole lot of scouts. Because this mission is hard as fuck. And I think this is the easiest way to complete it. It's a mirror match, so it's already difficult enough. So, and because it's a mirror match, guess what that means? That means they're going to use Reavers against us. So any ground attack, unless you know the matchup and you know how to get around it, then it's going to be a little difficult because your Zealots are just going to get wiped. They're a little more resilient than Zerglings. Remember last time we tried that against Reavers? But yeah, that's still not fun. So yeah, once those Stargates are done, start upgrading them right away. You only get level 1 upgrades for your air units. The one thing you can upgrade more is shields, but you know, we can work on that later. For now, get the level 1 upgrade and start building your fleet. And since we have 3 Stargates and we have all these resources, we can pump them out pretty quick. You also want to put Fenix over there by the Stargates because he can pretty much defend that whole area himself. Obviously, sometimes he might need backup, but for the most part, he'll be fine. So yeah, here, little time passes, and we completed 1 squadron. And this is what you gotta watch out for. As you can see, they sent out a lot of scouts. And the reason for that is they go air heavy because they're gonna send out some of these guys, the Reavers. So anytime you see a squadron of enemy scouts, you want to start scanning the area close to where you fight them, because they're gonna be sending Reavers with them as well. This time that was the first attack, so they sent like few scouts with like 1 Reaver. Later on, they're gonna be sending a whole lot more. So yeah, once you set up your mineral mining and set up your gas, if you already have like a squadron completed, then I would start going for the shields. Mainly because that's an expensive upgrade. Level 1 it was what, like 200? Yeah, it's a little rough. Here, if you can take out what are these things called? The detecting thing, the observer, the enemy observer. You can use the Dark Templar to help you clear any waves that are on the ground. Because, well, they don't have Dark Templar. They hit for 45, I'm pretty sure. And because all they need is the detection to see them and fight back. If you take that out, then they're just like, huh? What? They start attacking the photon cannons, but then your Dark Templar are doing work. You also don't want to waste them because this is still original StarCraft, so you don't have a way to rebuild any Dark Templar forces you have. It's kind of cool because this is like a little preview of what you're going to get later. You didn't, I guess at this time no one knew that that was going to be the unit, but at the same time I guess it was like, yeah, they have to put this in. There's no way you got all this practice in with this unit and then they just take it out. They'll never do that. That'd be a dumb thing to do. Oh wait, they did it in StarCraft 2 with the Warhound. Among one of the, well, maybe not the coolest, but pretty cool Terran unit that they decided, you know what? No, it's just too good. Take it out. I'm not even going to try and balance it. Just fuck it. Anyways, yeah, as you saw, you can expand right here to the right. And once you're done, your Nexus finishes, you'll want to pull some workers from the mineral line on your main base and bring them here. That's why I built the shuttle, just to make sure that they get there. If I just click on the ground, I think there's Dragoons and a couple of other ground units that might get in the way, and then you're going to lose workers, and nobody wants that. And the reason I'm building all these, oh wait, here we go. Here's the big attack. Since we had one squadron completed, we're going to send it back home so it can defend. As you can see, Fenix, he doesn't care. He's fine. It's these other scouts that are being a problem, and the Reavers. The reason those zealots died so quick is like the first one that was undamaged, he ate 2 scarab shots, so of course he was going to die. And then the first one was kind of damaged. He was in, what, yellow health? So 1 scarab shot kind of got him. But for the most part, your zealots should be able to resist at least 1 shot before they go down. I still wouldn't recommend a ground attack. But yeah, once you hold it off, start building your second squadron again, and rebuild your defenses. Because like here I queued up a bunch of units. I know in other missions I've told you not to queue it up, but when it's like we gotta rebuild and we gotta do stuff, then you might as well spend your money, go to 0. And then when you start mining a whole lot more, as you can see we're climbing up really fast, then build your defenses and yeah, get the cost out of your air units out of the way right away, and then start focusing on everything else. This is a pretty cool shot. I left this in because it looks cool. It's like 2 squadrons. Pincer maneuver, or pincer tactic, I think is what it's called. Boom, we did it. They can't touch this. Yeah, they probably could if I fuck up, but I didn't fuck up. And yeah, once again, just keep building. Mission's actually kind of boring because you have to do this, I guess. And let's see, this is another way they can attack you. This is when they start using carriers against you. Eventually in the mission, like later on in the mission, like around the 15-minute mark or something like that, is when they start getting a little more aggressive. And that's when they start sending more of the beefier units. And if you don't control your scouts, they'll just keep attacking the interceptors and not actually killing the what's it called, the carrier. And that's another thing that they do that gets really fucking annoying in this mission. The Arbiter doesn't really have an air attack, has a weak ground attack. Surprised that it even has an attack. But its main thing is it can recall units from anywhere to itself, and then it can also use stasis. And what that does is it locks your unit down in in the area wherever he put it. It can't take any damage, but it also can't do anything. So it's kind of like it buys time for them to reinforce that area and then kill your units when they come out of stasis. But yeah, once you have 3 squadrons, then this is the path you want to take along the river. And you want to start attacking orange. Don't worry about red. Red is useless. Yeah, and you want to keep moving because they have High Templar, and even though we're not Zerg, those storms actually hurt a lot. And once you race your way over here, you want to hit this nexus. Destroying this nexus is what's going to end the mission. And once you do this, then you win. Game over.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Aldaris, this madness must stop. The sight of my brethren slaughtering one another is more than I can stand. Though I fear you would doom us all, Aldaris, I surrender myself to the Conclave. End Taro Adun, Executor. Don't give up the fight.
Tassadar of the Templar, by your actions you have severed yourself from the mercy of your brethren. You refused to destroy the Terran worlds as was commanded. You have questioned time and time again the sacred will of the Conclave, and you have abandoned your home world in its darkest hour. Most grievous of all is that you have allied yourself with the blasphemous Dark Ones, and learned to utilize their profane powers in tandem with our own. What say you, O fallen Templar?
Aldaris, I submit myself to the Conclave's judgment. But know this, given the same choices again, I would surely have made them. I have sacrificed all that our world might live. I have sullied my honor. I have discarded my rank and standing. I have even broken our most ancient traditions. But never think that I would for one moment regret my actions. For I am Templar, and above all else, I have sworn to protect our homeworld till the end.
Well, we won, but they got Tassadar. He was arrested. Protoss police got him. Next mission is a little easier, but it's still pretty hard. These mirror match missions towards the end is they're a little trying. But hey, we're gonna get some backup. And what kind of backup? Well, I'll let the cinematic tell you.